The views and opinions expressed by the guests and contributors on Conklin and Company are not necessarily those of 13ABC. Now, Conklin and Company continues with Take 3, commentary and analysis from our panel of political contributors.
Welcome back, everyone. We veer a bit from the norm in Take 2 today. We're going to get to politics and the issues of the day in Take 3 in just a minute, but we welcome in our Take 3 panel early to say thank you, give them their props for the work that their newspapers do in our community. And we do that with Michael Miller of the Toledo Free Press and Fletcher Word from the Sojourner's Truth. Good to have both of you. For an extended segment, or two segments here on Conklin and Company.
It's all about us.
It is all about you today.
Which it never is.
No.
Good reason for that. And first of all, Fletcher Word, the Sojourner's Truth celebrates an anniversary this year, the spring.
Yes, in April.
10 years.
10 years.
You get that.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And they said it couldn't be done, right?
Some said it couldn't be done.
So congratulations.
I wasn't quite sure myself 10 years ago, but
really. You know, it is really a good piece that you put together each and every week for our community, and you know, we read it in the columnist. Yeah, we can close it. If we can, which camera here, Cindy, our director, probably go in on camera one, right over here, Fletcher. Look at that one right there. Okay. There it is, the Sojourner's Truth newspaper, and it is designed for the African American community, but certainly not relegated to members of the African community, African American community.
You put it very well, and we celebrated 10 years, and it was in the month of April, and one of the things that we did was we took a look at some of the issues that we have concentrated on over the years: health, education, politics, the economy, things that affect everyone, not just the African American community. And we devoted one issue each month to those particular core issues, and took a look back at some of the stories that we've covered, and took a look at the status of the Toledo community now. But one of the things that we found over the last couple of years that I have discovered is that when you're doing a publication, any sort of media, it's pretty hard to focus on an area like, as I was just telling you about, unless you focus on it full time. And therefore, at the beginning of this year, we started another paper, not an African American newspaper, but a general community newspaper that focuses just on education. That's all we're talking about in here is education and literacy, and Toledo Reads, and it's a community-wide newspaper. It's a monthly, and as we took a look around, some of the issues that we talk about, maybe politics or health or the economy, we found all sorts of publications, all sort of media that focus strictly on those areas, but we never found an education-based publication. Solely. And that's the reason that we came out with Toledo Reads. Just talking about education, tying together for the community what people are doing, how you can get help, how you can learn to read or speak, how you can teach your children to read and speak, and who's doing some of the great work in our community as far as education.
Near and dear to your heart. No
Very near and dear.
Right?
Yeah, I come from a family of educators, as I may have mentioned. I'm a journalist, the black sheep of the family, but it is nevertheless a subject that's near and dear to my heart.
All right,
yes.
So congratulations on that, Toledo Reads, in 10 years. And Michael Miller, how many years for the Free Press now?
We're in our 8th year.
8th year.
A couple years behind.
Yeah,
so
but you're going to do an anniversary in 2 years, but also this summer, you're launching a project where you say thank you to the people who have done so much for our country.
Right.
Maybe you can talk about that.
We're involved in 2 projects that revolve around the July 4th holiday this year. The first is sponsorship of a program called the Veterans History Project. This is spearheaded by Tom Barton at UT, and it's a Library of Congress project where they take veterans of wars from World War II all the way through the current conflicts, and they videotape first-hand testimony of what their experiences were, collect them and catalog them at the Library of Congress. So in 150, 200 years, those descendants of those men and women can go to the Library of Congress and see on video and hear some of those stories direct. We're sponsoring a training session on June 15th at Owens Community College for people who want to learn to be the interviewers for this project. They can go and take the couple-hour class. One of the gentlemen that we talked to has recorded more than 500 of these stories in our region. It's a tremendous project. We're very proud to be a part of it, and we're sponsoring it with Congressman Capter and Latta. So we got both sides of the aisle together. They both had, Marcy Capter's been working on this for a while actually, and Latta's office is helping her with the Wood County part. So Veterans History Project Training Program, June 5th. All the details will be in today's Toledo Free Press. And then in addition to that, on our July 1st issue, we're publishing our first military yearbook, and we're asking local people with servicemen and women in the armed forces to send us a picture, their rank, their name, where they're serving, and a brief message. We love you, God bless. No charge to the families whatsoever. We're compiling this. In this first year, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, as it rolls on through the years, it'll become, at some point, an actual catalog and database of all these people with their photos. I believe people in the region are going to be shocked at just how many families have men and women in the services. One family he sent us contact has 4 sons serving in the armed forces right now. It's an amazing amount of
the band of brothers here, huh?
It really is. So we're asking people to, and we have an email address called troops@ToledoFreePress.com. I can't emphasize enough, it's a free service that we're providing. We're going to compile them all alphabetically in the July 1st issue, along with a veterans resource guide. We're working with Honor Flight on this, the Red Cross Military Services, working with the Veterans Center as sponsors. Columbia Gas of Ohio has pitched in, Clear Channel's pitched in, and a community-wide effort to really compile and then thank the people who are doing so much for us overseas and at home. There's many who graduate and then stay here in the country, but do just as important role.
Well, a tremendous project. Congratulations on getting this effort going here, and we'll see. It will grow, no doubt, to great leaps and bounds in the future. And I want to say thank you to Michael and Fletcher, Tom Troy from The Blade, and also London Mitchell from Cumulus Radio, who make up the Take 3 panel just about each and every week. Really appreciate your contributions, and I think the viewers do too. And you have your hands on the pulse of what's going on in our community, and we'll get to that. What's happening this week, locally and across the nation. And there's a lot to get to with Michael and Fletcher. When we come back, Take 3 is on the way in just a minute.